So the research that we do now is informed by studies on the cardiovascular system, how the heart and arteries in particular are affected by lifestyle factors like exercise and changes in diet. And the reason we got into this is that I started doing research years ago in a cardiac transplant unit, and we saw a lot of really unwell people who most of the medical profession thought were at the end of the line. Our idea was to try and exercise them to make them a little bit better, and sometimes that meant that they survived longer waiting for a cardiac transplant, or if they got a transplant they did a lot better afterwards. So our challenge was to try and develop new tools to determine before all of that happens, sometimes decades before, that you might be on that pathway. The software that we invented was about trying to detect artery health and function very early. Now, detecting that disease is really important because those diseases are the big killers in the Western world. Unfortunately, at the moment, the way that we detect that there's a problem is that people have really bad symptoms, or they actually have an event. They have a stroke or they have a heart attack. And of course, that's, if they survive, some of that damage is very hard to reverse. But of course, there are lots of things we can do. If we know that you're at higher risk, even if you haven't got really bad disease yet, but you might be on that trajectory, there's lots of things we can do and recommend and individualise for you that are going to prevent you ever manifesting that disease, or if you do, many years later. What we're interested in is what type of exercise is best for every individual. Some types of exercise are better for some people than others. Exercise can have beneficial effects that you can't even see, right, and that you're not aware of. You'll feel better, and that's probably as good a measure as anything. And one of the big outcomes of the research that we've done over a 25-year period now is that we've established, by taking pictures inside your body, big changes that occur with exercise that you can't be aware of. But they're there and they're happening.